Hi students, today we will see composition, that is in the 5th chapter. What is composition? Composition is an object or a reference of one class as a data member of the another class. Means a object of one class or a reference of one class as a data member we can declare as a data member of the another class. This is called composition, or sometimes it is referred as a relationship. Means you have declared one object in a one class and that can be used as a data member of the another class. See one example here. A class person detail is declared. In the name I am taking two variables, one is name and one is age, and the constructor I am using, it is a parameterized constructor. The value of n I am going to initialize to name, and the value of a I am going to assign to the age. Now the second class I am going to declare over here, that is the sports club. In the sports club, see the first statement, the personal details is a previous class. This one, the personal details, person detail is a previous class, and I am declaring that person detail, person, this is the variable, as a data member of the sports club class. So this is the composition. How I am doing means the object of the previous class I am going to use the data member of this class, and again I am initializing the two variables here, one is sports and one is coach, and here I am taking a constructor of this class, and it has a three parameters, one is s, c and p. Yes, the value of s I am going to assign to sports, value of c I am going to assign to coach, and the value of p I am going to assign to the person. Next, two string means I am joining the string together. The value variable I am taking, person name, here person dot name is whatever the age of the person. These are the variables of the person details class. Years old and taking training from coach, this is the variable of the sports class. For sports, these two are the variables of the sports class. So I am returning the value over here. Now the test composition, in the test composition in the main method, what I am going to do here, I am going to create the object of the person details class and sports club class. So person detail class, it has a one constructor, and that constructor has two parameters, and the sports club class has one constructor and it accept three parameters. So I am calling here, I am displaying s1 and s2. So this will be, what will be the output here? The output is the person name is Aniket, age is 7, taking the here person name, what is the person name? Aniket is a person is 7 years old and taking training from coach for sports. What is the coach? Coach for which sports? Football sports. So this is the output of this. Let's do this program by yourself and see what is the composition in the Java. I hope you understood very well. Next we will see the enumerations. An enum is a special class that represents the group of constants. That is, constants means unchangeable variables, or it's like a final variables. So we cannot change the value of that variables. So to create an enum, use the enum keyword instead of class or reference and separate the constants with commas, and they should be in the uppercase letter. Let's see an example. My class is a class, enum should be the keyword, and keyword value name is a label. A label should be low, medium and high. In the main method I am creating the object of this label. Label is a class again. Okay, so here my variable is a object name of the label, and I am accessing the constant of that classes, that is label dot medium. I am going to display the variable value, that is my var. What will be the output here? That is medium will be the output for this program. That is the enum class. Whatever the constant values you want to declare, that can be declared. That is called enum class. Now next we will see the garbage collection in the Java. In Java, garbage means unreferenced objects. So the garbage collection is a process of reclaiming the runtime unused memory automatically. In other words, it is a way to destroy the unused objects. So to do so, we were using free function in a C language and delete in a C++ language. But in Java, it is performed automatically. So Java provides better memory management. So let's see one example, advantages of the garbage collection. It makes Java memory efficient because garbage collector removes the unreferenced object from the heap memory. It is automatically done by the garbage collector, so we don't need to make extra efforts. So how can an object be unreferenced? What the object will be unreferenced? What are the ways to define that? Let's see. One, by nullifying the reference. Means if you create an object and that object will be equal to null, then that reference will be unreferenced. So this can be destroyed, or that can be deleted. The object can be deleted from the memory. That time you can call the garbage collector. So the Java itself, the system Java itself, it will call the garbage collector when the reference is null. A second thing, by accessing the reference to another. Means, for example, suppose employee is the class, E1 is the object for that class, and I am creating the object for the class by using the new keyword. So these are the two objects, E1 and E2. These are the two objects, and what I am going to assign, E1 is equal to E2. Means what I am going to do here, assigning the reference to another. Means two different object I am going to create over here for the same class, and what I am assigning, E1 is equal to E2. Now the first object referred by E1 is available for the garbage collection. If you do like this, that object can be referred for the garbage collection. And the third bit is by anonymous object. Means just you have declared an object by using the new keyword. You have not any used a class name, you have not any given the reference, the object name, only you have initialized new employee. So employee is the constructor over here. Anonymously, no class name is given, no variable for the object is given. If such a case is there, that can be called as a unreferenced value, and that objects can be destroyed, and that object can be referred for the garbage collection. So this is the example of the garbage collection. And one more method is there, that is finalize method. The finalize method is invoked each time before the object is garbage collected. Means whenever Java program start to collect the garbage, that time it has to initialize, or it has to execute the finalize method. This method can be used to perform the cleanup processing. This method is defined in the object class. Let's see the syntax of this finalized method. Protected void finalize. So as it is a protected access specifier, it can be accessed within the subclass, its subclass. Now let's see one example over here. Test garbage 1 is there, and finalize method I have called. In the finalize method, I am going to print object is garbage collected. In the main method, I am creating the object of the garbage collector. S1 and S2 are the two objects for that class. I am creating the object, and what I am assigning here, S1 is equal to null and S2 is equal to null. I am assigning the reference to the null values. and this system.gc is a function for the garbage collection, same as that of the finalize method. So what will be the output here? Object is garbage collected. Now next is static keyword. A static keyword in Java is used for memory management. We can apply static keyword with variable, with methods, with block and nested classes. The static keywords belongs to the class than an instance of the class. The static can be, a variable can be the static, a method can be the static, a block of the code can be the static, and the nested class can be the static. Let's see an example how the static variables. If you declare an variable as a static, it is called a static variable. Means you have declared one variable and in front of that you have written static, then it is considered as that variable considered as a static variable. And Java static method, if you apply a static keyword with any method, it is known as a static method. Means you have written static in front of the method, then it is called the static method. And the third one is Java static block. If you use to initialize the static data member, then it is called the static block. It is executed before the main method at the runtime of the class loading. Means let's see one example here. Class A2 is there. In that static, I have declared here a static. In the curly braces, what I am doing, I am printing the value. Means I am displaying one value, that is static block is invoked. In the main method I am returning hello main. So your output will be static block invoked. This static block is executed before the main method. So the first statement will be executed as a static block is invoked, and the second statement will be executed as a hello main. So this is about static keyword. So up till now we have seen the composition, enumeration, garbage collection, finalize method and static keyword. So in the next lecture I will complete the remaining syllabus. I hope that today's video lecture will be understood by you all. Thank you.